Okay, let's go to the beginning of you finding hip hop. How did you get interested? I mean, what sparked your interest in hip hop? Just as a fan.
Well, like I said, man, I used to sing a lot. You know what I mean? So like, I used to listen to a lot of R&B. But that ended up kind of transitioning to hip hop in a way. They started combining it with hip hop, and so just kind of listening to a lot of music, I would say. But the inspiration of like me falling in love with hip hop was like listening to Mobb Deep from, what I'm saying, Prodigy and Havoc. You know what I mean? Listening to their first album. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just fell in love with it, yo. And like the boot camp click, you know what I'm saying? Helter Skelter, I think they were my favorite group from the whole boot camp. I used to listen to their album all the time. You know what I mean? Red Man. Um, I'm from that kind of era, dirty water. I mean, muddy waters. I'm from that kind of era. You know what I mean? So, like, I fell in love with all that shit, yo. Like back in the day, but I would say it was, yeah, definitely like Mobb Deep, yo.
Right.
Listening to their music, man, had me feeling really good, bro. You know what I mean? I felt like I could relate. You know what I mean?
Okay. And what was it that made you go from being a fan to deciding to pick up the mic yourself?
Right, right. Great question. Basically being around my friends, that already rapped and stuff, and they was already freestyling. I grew up with a pair of twins, Carl and Carlos. I ain't gonna tell you their last name because you know what I mean. Like I ain't gonna do that, but yeah, they was like my brothers. They were twins. We went to school together, hung out with all the same people, but they was like a lot more wilder than me. But we connected on like the rap shit so tight, like we just end up being brothers. You know what I mean? Kind of like, and both of them were nice. You know what I'm saying? They used to freestyle a lot and stuff. And with us being around each other so much, I kind of like picked up on it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I started, rapping. And then one of my friends, his name is Theus. He go by the rap name Manstar. He's from Howard County, Columbia, Maryland. And I'm saying all this stuff for a reason because I want y'all to look him up. His name is Manstar. Look him up. His name Manstar. Yo, the lyrical verbiage that he had back in the day is still would kill a lot of these MCs, yo. Like today. And I know he probably not jumping in it like he used to. I ain't talked to the nigga in a while, but he the one who inspired me to actually pick the pen up. You know what I mean?
Right.
He like, just listening to him and his stories and stuff. Like I fell in love with everything he was doing. And I was like, bro, and you got to kind of help me with this. I was struggling with it. And I used to do battles and stuff with him, around him. And we used to battle each other and stuff like that. But like that helped me. He helped me sharpen my blade when I was young. You know what I mean? I was just still like 16, 17 years old, bro. You know what I mean? I was trying it out. You know what I mean? Then I had end up getting into a group with a group. And everybody was from different like countries. We all lived in the same, area and stuff. But like one guy was from Jamaica, the other one was from Africa or Guyana. And the other guy, he's from the States here. So like, like I had an interesting group called SOS. You know what I mean? That was like Soldiers of Sacrifice. You know what I mean? So
That was
yeah.
that was over the internet.
Like you say what?
That whole group thing that was over the internet.
Nah, bro, we was pushing tapes, bro. We ain't even touched the internet.
So how did y'all record?
We would go to a studio and record, and we would press CDs and stuff.
They were from different countries, but they were here.
Yeah, we all lived in the same area. We all grew up together, but
okay.
All of them had their accents. So like we had some songs with Jamaica hooks on it, and you know what I mean. And when you hear my man from Guyana talking, he ain't from Baltimore or Maryland. You know what I mean? So Like it was interesting, yo. It was interesting, and we everybody in the town we lived in knew who we was because we was doing shows and shit like that, and they would always see us together. Man, it was dope, man. That
Right.
was like my first time actually being a part of something, and actually taking it serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
'Cause,
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like one of the dude that was from the states that live here with that was in the group. His brother was our producer too. Like he was really nice making beats back in the day. Like he was probably my top 3, and he probably in my top 5 right now because that's how nice he is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to ask them questions like what made you start rhyming and who influenced you and all that because I want to see if I can hear it.
Yeah.
Not saying that anybody is copying anything, but I usually can hear what you was listening to by who you are right now. And
For real.
I was guessing that before I even asked the question. I knew Mobb Deep was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep, Boot Camp Click. That sounds about right.
Yeah. And then and like you said, you probably heard that in like a lot of my raps. But I tell people like it's really not even on purpose. It's just something that you pick up on,
Right.
I think every flow develops off of what they're listening to.
Right.
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 Because I have a lot of people that tell me like, man, yo, you sound like P on that shit. I'll be like, yeah, and it's never intentional, but that's just kind of like me. I mean, sometimes I feel like I sound like Redman sometimes, when I'm rapping. And people say the same thing. I'm like, damn, that shit sound crazy.